Up. All right, guys, top of the morning. Happy Friday, 24th. I'm full of energy, full of excitement, and full of gratitude on this amazing Friday morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it over to Rico. Rico, I don't know if, are you driving right now? Or are you in a stationary spot? Are you parked?
I am parked in a stationary position.
All right,
Yes.
cool. Rico's been on our team for a while now, came from a different brokerage just recently. But I had an opportunity to meet him in person yesterday. And not only does this dude have incredible energy, I didn't know that he was a dope MC. And so it was really good to meet you yesterday, Rico. I'm gonna have you bring us out on the field. And if you've never done this before, this is how it flows. You are bringing the troops out on the field for battle. You're bringing them out for game day. And this is your opportunity just to bring everybody out, quick huddle. So Rico, I'm turning it over to you, my man. Bring the team out on the field on this beautiful Friday morning. Let's hear it.
All right. What's up, everybody? Let's make sure that we start our day with, just gratitude and just asking that question, like, what am I grateful for? And if we're, our cup's a little bit half full, like, what can I be grateful for? And also just remembering earlier in the week when Elias was just talking about our why, right? Like, what are the roots of your tree? And just, remembering what the roots of your tree are. And just, staying consistent and, knowing, just remembering and knowing who you are. And yeah, just bringing your best foot forward each day and within each moment.
Man, I absolutely love this. Roots of your tree. I've actually never heard that, but I get it. I connect with that. So really good stuff, man. Powerful. So listen, you guys, like I said, if you have an ability to write some stuff down, I'm going to have you guys write some stuff down. I got a few more people in the waiting room. Let me let them in. All right, guys. So yesterday we had our Evolution Mastermind, and it was a very large event. We have never hosted an event like that was outside of like a team event. I know Sophia, Joellen, and Maria have hosted events, but this was an industry event. It was a mastermind. And you guys, I always get nervous. And what I get nervous is that nobody's going to show up because I always want to remain humble. There's no ego involved in this. I don't think that people are going to show up. I'm scared, right? And the people started to come in, and then the energy, and then the room filled, and then the speakers and the engagement. And it was just such an amazing event. And so shout out to the people that came yesterday. And as we move forward in today's conversation, I might call on you to share what some of your takeaways were. But one thing that I felt was super powerful that was shared yesterday, and I feel it's something that we could practice and we can all do, is that think about a person yesterday, just yesterday, and we don't have to go too far back, but think about a person yesterday that made an impact in your life. And Trisha Rossi said this yesterday. Trisha Rossi is she's in the 1.5% of all realtors in the entire nation. So think about this. Think about one person that made an impact in your life yesterday. Reach out to them, thank them, send them a video, send them a card, just say, hey, Cortez, I just want to reach out to you, bro, and say, thank you for our conversation yesterday. It meant the world to me. And if you ever need anything in life and business, I'm here for you. She does that every single day. She doesn't work online leads. She doesn't do PPC. She has an organic business that is built on referrals and built on her just building amazing relationships. So I want you guys to think about that person right now and take a moment. Who was that person? Was it Joellen? Was it your friend? Was it the person at the liquor store that you didn't even know who that person's name was, but they said some cool stuff? Whoever it was, right? Like, think about who was the person that made an impact in your life yesterday. And I want to encourage you guys, I want to push you, and I want to implore you to reach out to that person today. So I have a series of questions today, and this is going to get you prepped, ready for Q2, which is right around the corner. So let's get introspective. After that, I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to talk a little bit about action, and I'm going to have you guys tell me what worked for you, what were strategies you deployed, and what led to massive action in your business. So let's go. All right, first question. Over the last quarter, and if you're brand new, just apply this to the last couple of weeks, last couple of days, month, whatever the case is, right? Over the past quarter, write 3 things that you made happen in your business. Now, there's probably tons of things that you made happen, but if you were to quantify it and look back over the past 3 months, what are 3 things that you made happen? Give me an example. Perhaps you hosted an event. Perhaps, like Cynthia, you did 2 events. Maybe you got all of your systems in place. Maybe you were able to attract people into this organization. Maybe you attended your first real estate event. What was that? over the past quarter, write 3 things down that you made happen. First question. Second question. I want to take it, I want to go slower on this one because I want to make sure that you guys feel this. Over the past 3 months, write down 3 things that you learned about yourself, right? Over the past quarter, what were some things that you learned about that yourself? You're a woman of discipline, that you have the ability to overcome obstacles, that you were just giving yourself excuses for all the reasons why you didn't work out. And once you committed to it, you're looking in the mirror like, damn. So I learned that I could be a man or woman of discipline. What was that for you guys? Over the past 3 months, write down 3 things that you learned about yourself. With me so far? Cool. All right. Next one. The main thing I could have done better this quarter was. And you guys, there's some truth in these answers. And I promise you guys, if you do this work right now, you're going to get some clarity. You're going to get some hype about the things that you've really accomplished in your life. And then you're going to get some truths and say, you know what, there's other things that I need to work on. So the main thing that I could have done better this quarter was, I don't know, we're all different, right? So stay with me. Someone I really connected with this last quarter and built a bond with. What I've seen is I've seen this emergence of friendships and fellowship and brotherhood and sisterhood in our environment. And raise a hand if you have found a friend in just our environment in the last 3 months. In this last quarter, have you found a friend in our environment? I don't know about you, but I have. And I didn't know, and building on these relationships. Like you see like Denitza and Alejandra, you see like Alejandra and George Martinez, right? You see Joellen and Maria, but maybe that's far past the 3 months. But the point is that you see all these bonds and relationships were built. So someone that I connected with this quarter and built a bond with. Now, here's a good one. The biggest decision I made this quarter that I need to stick with. What was the biggest decision that you made this last quarter? Was it to drink more water? Was it to show up into the office more? Was it to, I don't know. I don't know what it is for you. We're all a little bit different. So biggest decision I made this quarter that I need to stick with. All right. And as we come to the tail end of a few of these, I want you to ask yourself this question. The main struggle that I faced in the first quarter of 2023, the main struggle, right? Maybe it wasn't asking for the appointment. Maybe it wasn't sticking to my schedule. Maybe it was leaving things to chance. What was that? And if you guys were sitting across from yourself and you know that that was the main struggle that you faced, I wrote here, if I was mentoring or coaching someone that had that same struggle, my advice to them would be this, right? My struggle was I didn't stick to my calendar. I didn't work out. I didn't create content. And you know that. If you know someone had that same struggle, what would the advice that you would give to that person? You know what you would say to them. So write that down and be very, very clear. And the last question I have for you guys to really bring this conversation full circle is this. One decision that I could have made last quarter to make my life better, to move faster, would have been. One decision I could have made last quarter, this quarter, excuse me, to make my life better or move faster, what would that have been? What would that have been? Would that have been to get my ass into the gym more, to get my ass into the office more, to write more, to reflect more? What is that would have made my life better and it would move me faster? And not only faster towards your success, but faster towards your mental health, faster towards your vitality, your physical well-being, all these things, right, that are rolled into that. So ask yourself those questions. And the last question that I have for you guys is, are you clear on what you will accomplish in quarter 2 of this year? Are you clear on what your goals are, what you need to do, what your measurables are? We spoke about this last week. I want you to be very, very clear on that. So asking these questions allows you to obviously give yourself some praise, give yourself some grace, but also say, you know what? There's some things that I definitely would want to work on. And if I did these things, I would definitely have a different outcome in my life. So those are the series of questions that I have for you guys. I could probably turn this into a couple different videos. So I want to encourage you guys to think about this, not just in a very linear term, but like, how can you use this for engagement with other people? Because I promise you this, every single one of you has influence. Whether you have tapped into that or realize it or recognize that, each of you have influence. So I want to encourage you guys to maybe dive into these and maybe ask 3 of these questions today on social media, maybe tomorrow. Choice is yours, you guys. So I wanted to turn it over to you. Does anyone want to share 1, 2, 3, 4 of their answers? Does anybody want to open the mic and share anything that they wrote down today? Because I would love to hear from you guys. Let's not be shy. Can you repeat the second question? Second question, 3 things you learned about yourself this quarter. 3 things you learned about yourself. I don't know what that is. We're all on our own individual journey. So would anybody like to share any of their answers, or would you guys like to move on to something else? Tiger, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And you guys go in the queue. Don't be afraid of this. This is how we grow. This is how we get better together. And my man, I like the sweater. It has the whole Supreme font. I like it. All right, cool. Tiger,
Thank you.
Let's hear it, bro.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
Okay. Can everybody hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I'll start off getting vulnerable. One thing that I really learned, and you hear things emphasized, but when you lose money, I feel like the things that Elias and other coaches emphasize, you're like, oh man, I probably really do need to start doing that more. But I've probably been about 70% in putting people in Real Scout. And I had a open house, did an open house, met this couple, and I followed up a couple times, but I forgot to put them in Real Scout. And they gave me their criteria. They said, we're looking in Palo Alto. And I didn't put their criteria in Real Scout and called them back maybe like a week later. He's like, oh man, thanks for calling. We just put an offer in Palo Alto. And I said, oh man, great. I'm just here to help. And, I tried to act like, I'm still, that guy that's, which I was there to help, but I'm like, oh shoot, that was commission I lost. And they're like, I said, well, who'd you go with? Oh, the seller had a realtor that they recommended. We just went with them. They didn't really know, but had I put them in maybe that same property, I could have sent to them and built and nurtured the relationship. So am I putting every single lead from open houses in Real Scout from this day going forward? Absolutely. So that was a big lesson. And a costly lesson. So that was one. And then maybe I'll give one more because I want to give time for other people.
Yeah, please.
As far as impacting my business, just I've not done the best with time management in the past. Sometimes I can let the whirlwind kind of distract me, and just really lately, a success has been really focusing on rainmaker activities and, making sure that my activities that are really going to move the needle, I really prioritize those and do those first part of the day. So I know that prospecting and talking to prospects, that's a rainmaker activity. That's what's going to move the needle. So 3 to 4 mornings for the last 2 weeks, roughly, I've called expired listings, and I've moved other things out of my calendar just to focus on expired listings. And as a result, I've scheduled 2 appointments and then a 3rd pending appointment. And that's just by focusing on those calls. So those are the 2 things that I got, and some things that I've learned recently.
Man, I absolutely love it. And I really, really appreciate you sharing. I'm going to get to Joe Owen in a second. So let's go back to the Real Scout conversation. So we have thousands and thousands of company generated leads that are in the lead pond. So we have an ISA department. I said, here's a project that I want done over the next quarter. I want every single person that has ever been in our system that is in our lead pond. I want them to be put into Real Scout. Right? We already have their criteria. At some point, we have spoke with them. So we have our ISAs working on putting everybody in. Our Real Scout engagement is through the roof right now for the people that aren't even in contract. Last week alone, our ISA Samantha booked 9 appointments from re-nurtured leads that in the last 3 months, she put into Real Scout and was able to book 9 re-nurtured lead appointments for you guys. So it's something I believe in. I truly, truly believe in the power of that. And so really, really great job, Tiger. I love that. And you guys, when you think about the action, when you think about the income producing activities, we have a team member named Justin, who is a brand new agent, and he's absolutely killing it. I asked him the other day, I'm like, where are you going, bro? He's like, I'm going door knocking in Alameda. I'm like, cool. Alameda is a coveted neighborhood. People want to sell homes in Alameda because the price points are super high. He knocked on 50 doors and he got one listing appointment for $1.5 million. 50 doors, you guys. And the people think that they're scared to go knock on doors. You never know. John Cheplack said this in a conference we were at last year. And he said, imagine this. Imagine this, Cortez. I take you to any market in the world, anywhere in the world, or in the United States, let's say that. Anywhere in the United States of America, and I drop you in and say, all right, Cortez, you are here for 30 days, and all I want you to do is I want you to knock on 100 doors for 30 days. For 30 days. Do you think that Cortez would find a couple conversations, a couple opportunities, a couple appointments? I promise you this, he is bound to stumble on a couple listing appointments. He's just bound to, right? And so it works. Focus on the income producing activities, the rainmaker activities. Absolutely love that, Tiger. Joellen, let's go to you. Which questions did you want to share, contribute? Let's hear from you.
I've done a lot of good stuff, but I want to talk about what I learned about myself, about how to become a better realtor.
Okay, cool. Love this.
So I got a buyer into contract, beat out a couple offers, but we ended up, they ended up backing out because too many repairs. Okay. The seller was willing to fix the repairs, but they just decided that no, we don't want to do it. And one of the repairs were there was a leaning retaining wall in the backyard. Okay. And so they pointed out the retaining wall that they wanted to get inspected. So I got the inspector to go out and inspect it. And I did my home inspection and all that. And then they decided, you know what? I think we're just going to back out. It's too many repairs. We don't want them to fix it, yada, yada. So I said, okay, sure, no problem. So when I go to get back their EMD, the EMD money was actually going to be mailed to them by a check. So number one, get the EMD back in a wire, because that EMD money is now held up. So I learned to never get a check, to have it wired right back to their account. And then they just kind of like ghosted me, you know? And when I feel that what I feel in their eyes that I did wrong was I didn't point those things out. And they probably thought I should have pointed out the retaining wall. I should have pointed out, maybe I did point out like certain things, like if paint wasn't right, or like chip this, chip that, you know, if it was just a crappy flip, but it, you know, it really wasn't. And so now what I know is when I walk into a home with a buyer, I'm looking at the structure of the doors. I'm looking at any cracks. I'm looking at retaining walls. I'm looking at things that I can point out. So I'm just not like, oh yeah, that's a beautiful kitchen. Oh yeah, that color doesn't look right. I've learned to be a better agent because I lost this deal.
Beautiful. I love it, Joellen. And let me ask you this, and I think that you have a good answer for this. What's the main struggle that you face in quarter one?
The main was pretty much, I mean, I got just getting everybody into escrow.
All right, so that's all of our struggles, but let's go past that, right? That's all of our struggles. Our struggles is that we're always wanting to get our next escrow, but tell me about the main struggle that you faced in your business. And let's just,
well, I want to work out, but in my business, I really didn't struggle this quarter because I got into 5 listings. I got 4 approved buyers that I'm working with. I became a mentee for EXP. I also became a Team Fast advisor. The 3 charity events, I created content. I've made really good friendships.
well then, hey, let me just stop you for a second, because all of those things that she created in Q1 came from her efforts in Q4, Q3 of last year, and it was a culmination. Now all of these things are finally coming to fruition. So Joellen, that's actually, I love that for you. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
For everything that she's been able to create and what she was able to create in just the first quarter of the year.
And then by writing the contracts, getting them accepted, but then them falling out were actually lessons to learn, because now I've learned some things. So
yes, I love it, Joellen. I love it. I love it. Dominique, you had your hand up. And for a couple of people that just tuned in, welcome. Thank you for being here. This is Keep It Moving Group Coaching. Appreciate you being here. Dominique, let's hear from you. I'm not sure which question you picked, but let's just turn the mic over to you. And then Otis will come to you in a second, big dog. And then Jeff.
This was truly an amazing brainstorm of the mind, because so many of these are interconnected, right? So my thing that I wanted to share was what was the main thing I could have done better last quarter, and that was footwork, having my feet on the ground and getting out there. I can stay behind a computer all day and work on systems and all that stuff. But however, I noticed that when I get people on the phone, I can connect and I can make appointments. However, what am I going to do to finish it, right? I got to get my footwork going. So that's door knocking, doing more prospecting, going to more events and things like that. But then it leads to another question of one decision that I could have made to make my life better. And that's connected, because why didn't I get my feet on the ground more like I wanted to? Well, I think a lot of it was because I had so much in my head, right? And so that comes from home, that comes from a different aspects of things. So what I answered for that question was, what was something that could have made my life better? That is being a minimalist and being more organized. So what does that mean? It means when you are a minimalist here at home and you're organized, you have a clearer brain, you have a clearer vision. And that was something that I went on a walk a few weeks ago. I came home, I went in my daughter's room. I gave away so many toys. I threw out so many clothes that she didn't need anymore. I started on my closet afterwards. And I'm like, this came from a walk, because I realized when I took my walk, I needed to be a minimalist in order to do what I needed to do in my business. And so once I started working on that within the last few weeks, things have gotten better and my mental health has gotten better. And so when you become a minimalist, you do things like you prepare yourself earlier for the night. And so I put my essential oils on, I get my room ready so that when I do come in my room, when I lay my daughter down, I can read over content or things that I need to do so that I can better perfect my business and give more information to people when needed. And so I feel like that was interconnected.
Wow, really, really powerful. You guys, like, I never know what we're going to get when I ask these questions, but the journey is introspective, right? It's an internal journey, and I'm glad that you're sharing it outwardly. You guys, how do you feel when you have like a crystal clean house? You walk in and just the energy is different. Like same thing when you're in your car and it is clean, like bitch, it doesn't go any faster, but it feels good, right? And so there's power in that. That's why spring cleaning is so important, right? To get ready for the season ahead. Like I've been putting off my garage because it has been raining, but that's a project this weekend, and you clean the garage and everything's set up. And so I believe that, and being a minimalist. So really good stuff. I appreciate you sharing. Great stuff. Otis, let's go to you, and then I'll try to catch Jeff between his set. Otis White, I'm not sure which question, but let's go to you, big dog.
I'm gonna keep it current like everybody else about what I learned about myself this last quarter. Since last year, getting that first deal after a whole year of not getting any deals, I felt like I belonged here, not only on the team, but in real estate. I was really questioning it. I was damn near about to throw the towel in and go get a 9-to-5. But, one thing that Kenny said and that you said, Elias, in the beginning was, don't be that 9 out of 10. And Eric kept just hammering that shit on me. And I did not want to be one of those. I think I even made a post that I said, I wanted Kenny to see me and recognize me and to be like, yeah, this dude's a hustler. You know what I'm saying? So that I knew that I made it not only for our team, but in the business. With this last month though, like, this shit isn't all whistles and bells. You know what I'm saying? Like I did 2 deals a month from August to December, and I thought that I was just going to be on this roll, but I got a little complacent. You know what I'm saying? My shit started to stink a little bit and I started to smell it a little bit. And I lost 3 deals. Like, you guys were like, oh, he's got like 8 deals or something. But yeah, out of those 8, I lost 3. So now I only have 5. So I learned about not counting my chickens before they hatched. I also learned that I'm a motherfucking dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been really grinding this shit out. And not only do I feel like I belong here, is that I know that every goal that I set for myself in this business, I'm going to hit because I'm fucking doing it. Like, shout out to Joe Ellen being a mentor. Like I just did my mentor shit. I just got my first mentee yesterday. Woo! So I just got 2 $1 million leads too, cash buyer and someone else. So it's like all my goals. Like I just said it like what, a couple of days ago in coaching that, you know, I wanted to really start getting out of these trenches as the 3s, 4s, and 5s and really start getting up into higher things so my volume can catch, so I can be a top producer, so I can be in the top 10. So to all those agents that are struggling out there, even the ones that are in the game, and you know, shit, I've seen some that are, you know, hitting 1,000,000 points fucking with some of these mobile homes. Like, don't be afraid to go get that fucking money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let the dollar amount, just because it's lower, a bag is a fucking bag. Go get it. So at the end of the day, I learned that as long as I keep working, I'm going to get rewarded. And at the end of the day, you know, just stay focused and work what works for you. Like, don't spend so much time on cold calling if this shit's not working. Go knock on some fucking doors. Go fucking fuck with the Obsidian and referrals and stuff like that. All of it works, but find out what works for you and what you're good at and just use that and keep going.
I love it, Otis. I love it. You guys, and a huge shout out to you and all of your success. There was a time in not a distant past that Otis was stubborn, and he's still stubborn, dude. I think that he's a very headstrong guy, which you know works for him. But he was stubborn in the fact that he said, you know what, I'm going to do this on my own, and I don't need to be around people, and I'm going to figure it out on my own. And he realized that once he was around people and around an environment and had more support, he's like, this is going to help me elevate. And now look what he's done. He's reached a level of success. Now he's able to pour into other people as people have poured into him, and now create somebody that in a few months can do 8 deals, and then they become a mentor or advisor and be able to pass that. See what's happening here, like Joellen and Otis, and the ability to now pass on things that you've learned to help others. I promise you guys, find a way to help as many people as you can in this life, and your life will change. My life has changed because I've been able to help other people. And now that I see people saying, hey, I want to help with group coaching. Hey, can I speak at an event? Hey, can I do this? Hey, I want to be a mentor. That to me is like, we got to find our replacements in this business. I got to be humble to say, you know what? 3 to 5 years from now, I need to find my whole replacement of this whole entire department that's been built. And that's when I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that. Like, I'm humble about that. And I just love to see that you guys grow and now you have the ability to impact others. So congratulations, Otis. Great stuff. Jeff, I know I'm going to catch you in between a set, bro. I saw you throw down that bar. So let's hear from you, big dog. What's your contribution? I'm not sure which question you have or you're going to answer.
So I'm going to do a mix of them, but really like what I learned about myself. And that was really during December time, we're going through like the business planning and we're putting out our numbers and what we want to do for our goals. And I was going through the motions then, but I realized that my subconscious and my soul wasn't in alignment with my conscious. And so what I had to do and what I focused on these last 3 months was really my mindset, my physical health. And it started with something simple as like, you guys are going to hear me hone on this over and over again, but it is genuinely because it has really changed my life and impacted my life these last 3 months. I was just talking to one of our team members yesterday, and I was telling her how, like, if you ever seen that movie 300 where they kicked him down the hole and he's falling down, a lot of the time last year, that's how I felt. I felt like I just saw like the light of happiness and I was just falling down this dark hole. And like, you guys would talk to me and stuff like that. And outwardly, I would be like, cool, yeah, what's up? I'm blessed, woo, woo. But like inwardly, it wasn't in alignment. So I had to make sure that I put myself in alignment. And it started with something simple where I was like, all right, I'm going to commit to the gym. I'm going to commit to hearing I am affirmations every single night and every single morning. So my gym part was started with, I'm just going to do 12 push-ups every morning, every night, just to reaffirm in my mind that I'm somebody that stays dedicated to what I say. And I'm the person that's going to show up no matter what, no matter how I'm feeling. If I got to walk into the living room to get my headphones because I forgot them, I'm going to go ahead and go do that. But it has changed everything. It has changed my business. And how I describe it is, you can build your business off a foundation of sand. And what that is that you've built it off of, hey, I got this business, I got this, I got that. It's everything is good, but your mind ain't right. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? As the great Lauryn Hill say, right? But what I wanted to do for my future success was I wanted to build my foundation on something concrete, so that when this week came, where escrow is going fucking nuts, there's another escrow that's going nuts as well. What I did in the gym was I would usually shy away and be like, oh, I'm just gonna kind of get in here. No, my last set is to failure, and that's intentional. So my first 3 sets are the 12 regular. My 4th set, my last set is I'm pushing myself to failure so that I tell my mind, I can withstand all these things that are going to come up in my life. And that has changed everything for me. It made me committed more to my business, but also to my health.
Wow. You know what? I absolutely love this, because think about this for a second. If you've ever spent any time with Jeff, the way that he speaks is so powerful. He's like, it really, like, he reminds me of like a powerful, like, classic orator. Well, for the fact that he can say to you guys and all the people in this room that I was saying the things, but I didn't feel the things, right? Sometimes we don't know, right? Like the journey or the battle that people face internally. So Jeff, that was really, really powerful, man. I appreciate you sharing that. You guys, let's hear from 2 other people, then we're going to move on to action. Anybody else want to share? I have a question. I'm actually going to go to Hector, because I see him on here. He just threw his dog something, I think. But Hector, I want to ask you this question, my man, because I love when you speak and I don't see you enough. I'm going to ask you this. What's the main struggle that you faced in quarter 1 of 2023? What's the main struggle that you faced?
And this is probably going to be obvious to you.
All right, what is it?
My main struggle is content creation.
All right.
And
So listen, I love that.
And as I'm hearing everyone speak, it's come down to commitment. I did a lot of great things this past quarter, but my one thing was I did not commit to it, and that's why I didn't execute to it. So, and that's what I wrote down is I need to commit to, and that's gonna help my business grow, because I have gotten leads when I'm active and I'm doing stories, and I have posted a bit. So that tells me that there is a lot of value there, but I have not committed to it. I committed to an accountability group. It was 6 weeks long. I finished that. I committed to a CrossFit competition that I've never done in my past. That was 5 weeks long. I finished that. I have 2 deals I'm closing this quarter. And from previous to that, I closed 3 deals in December. So the momentum is there. I'm onboarding a lot of clients, but my commitment to content creation was not there.
Wow. Okay. So Hector, if you were giving someone that struggled with the same thing a little bit of advice, and you were coaching them and mentoring them, what would you say? What would be the words that you would say to that person?
So don't overthink it. Commit to posting 1 a day at the very minimum, or twice a week, but post. Start with the very minimum, what you've learned, what you're learning as a new agent, what you learned, how you learned what Bria the other day posted, how she passed her test. There are things you can post about, and all you have to think about is how you can help others, and it will become easier. I overthink it.
Wow.
I overthink it.
So Judith, if you could do me a favor, I want you to grab that from Otter, because we transcribe all of our meetings. And if you can, Judith, please take exactly what Hector just said. I want you to Slack him that portion that was transcribed. And then Hector, I want you to print that out, and I want you to put that somewhere where you can see from your, so it's not from Elias, it's not from Kenny, it's not from somebody online. This was my words to myself that I would say to someone else that struggled with the same exact thing. So I'm going to do that for you. Judith, please cut that from the transcription, send it to Hector in the next couple of days via Slack. That way that could be a reminder. So, because Hector, that right there was fucking great advice. It was great advice. Now you have to stick to that advice, man.
Right.
Awesome. Anything else, man?
No, I missed you guys. I missed you in the mornings. So I'm glad I came today. It's very refreshing. I was like, I need to hop on. I need to hear my man speak. I need to hear what's going on and stay connected. So I'm glad I joined today. I really am.
Well, I'm glad too, because I never know, like I got some goosebumps again. I never know, right? We never know the flow and how it's going to go. So obviously I have an idea of the direction, but Hector, it's really good to see you, my man. Thank you for that. And let's help you stay on track, because I don't know if you've ever met Hector. He's just such a fun person to be around, his energies. And I'm always like, dude, you need to get your, it's like how I was with George. George's like, oh, I don't want to be on video, but look how George's business is taken off because of video. So let that be a clear example of what's possible. Colette, the Oakland Guru, I don't know if you got a new fence. That's looking nice backyard. Your backyard's looking nice. Ooh.
What?
No, I'm at my brother's house in Natoma since I'm still in Sacramento.
Okay.
I came down for the
Looks nice nonetheless.
Oh yeah. We were in the hot tub last night. It was wonderful. But
Nice.
it was an amazing event. so much, so much love from everyone on the stage, and genuine, heartfelt stories about where we all come from. We're all very different. We all have our struggles and our demons, but you know, anybody can succeed in this business if you know, if when the intention is there.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been struggling with. The alignment that Jeff talked about, you know, I think it was Jeff. Not committing to there's a lot of facets in this business, but what I'm figuring out is I have to just focus on a few, you know, just what I wrote down here for my Patty said something yesterday that really resonated with me, and I played the video back last night, and it was a nugget of all nuggets. And she said, 90 days hard in the paint, doing what you're supposed to do with your MMA money making activities, and the shit will just roll off after that. So I am right here, right now, in my ugly ass morning attire, committing to 90 days hard in the fucking paint. Y'all keep me accountable. I'm doing it, damn it. I'm through with myself, that other bitch. Okay. Hector, let's get in that studio together, baby. I want to get your pretty face on my videos.
Ooh, oh, maybe there's an accountability partnership. You know, I'm glad that you said this about 90 days, and I want to share something with you. It's actually, my notes are open. So I don't know, I'm a little crazy. I have my notes, I have more notes, I have this, I have books, I have my VTO. So this is like my lab, right? And so I have some notes here, and it's about forming a new pattern, and it's 90 days, right? So I'll give you guys some advice here. So number one is formulation, putting your plan together. Over the next 90 days, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? How am I going to create? And I'm going to track and see every single day and make it very simple. Number two, concentration. Put a plan to work. The area that most agents fail is that they don't put enough focus and concentration on this. So 90 days of working your ass off without any results. You might work 40 days, 30 days, 50 days and not see the results, but being able to stay concentrated and stay focused on that. So concentration, stay committed. Three, momentum. The old version of you is always waiting around the corner. If you do this and you do it consistently, you're going to start to get momentum. And I remember when they told me this, the old version of you is always waiting around the corner. If you want to go back to that same person that didn't follow through, didn't have commitment, didn't, you know, do whatever you needed to do, then that person's waiting for you. But there's a new person that's there tomorrow, a new person that shows up in a different way, that achieves more, that becomes more. And the last one was stabilization. Big results become normal. 67 to 90 days of focusing on this, committed, you have concentration, you stay focused. That's how you guys are going to change the game. Instead of trying to do all these things every single week and trying new things, you guys stick to a core competency and dive into that. So Colette, I'm so glad that you said that. I took that away from yesterday as well. So Colette, really great stuff. All right, guys, let's do this. Anybody want to share action, something that they were able to create in this last week that led to massive action in their business, whether it's a phone call, a conversation, a appointment that they got, a listing appointment? Is there something that you were able to do in this last week that you can articulate that you took massive action on that led to success in your business? Anybody have something that they want to share? We have $70 million producers on here, and we have brand new agent. Was there a video that you created that got tons and tons of traction, tons of shares, tons of likes, tons of engagement? Was there something that you were able to create in your business? Ophelia Vargas, let's hear from you. And then we'll go to Olivia McNally, and then we'll come back to Joellen. Quite a few hands just went up. So Ophelia, let's hear from you.
Sorry, I'm at my daughter's assembly thing right now. So if it's really loud, my apologies.
You know,
But
here's the thing. Thank you.
I did something this week. I did a video with tiny hands, and I know you guys all saw it. And it was something that I was super afraid to do, but I did it, and I got a lot of massive response. I gotta go.
All right. So stay, you can put yourself off of mute, but I want to show you something. My buddy passed away a couple years ago, and we always made the reference from that movie, take my small hand, my little hand. And so, Ophelia, this is for you. That right there is for you, Ophelia. It says, take my small hand. Shout out to you. It's so funny she said that. I have this right here on my little credenza. So one more time, Ophelia, that is for you. Take my small hand. All right. Great stuff, Ophelia. Olivia McNally, let's hear from you. So fucking random that I had this here. Olivia McNally, let's hear from you.
Good morning, happy Friday. And one thing that we did this week that has literally been blowing my phone up from old clients, new clients, nurture clients, is one simple newsletter all about Cal Haffa. And I will tell you right now, I have people in the $2 to $3 million range that are blowing my phone up about it. I have people that never thought they could get pre-approved blowing my phone up about it. And literally it was so simple, so simple. We took Patty Goodspeed's amazing newsletter that she sends out. We put our marketing and branding on that newsletter template and we shot it out to over 4,500 people in our database. And all of a sudden my text messages are going crazy. So you guys, the content's there. It's just about doing the steps to get people to reach out to you, right? So we have so much at our fingertips all the time. And I think there's so much noise happening everywhere. We all need to slow down and just take 1 or 2 action steps every single day.
God, I absolutely love this. And you know what? Here's the thing. It's a simple program. She took the information from somebody that articulates it very well and puts our own branding on it and send it out to her database. You guys have the ability. We'll build your MailChimp for you if you're on our team, but like each of you should have a newsletter. Every single person, I don't care if you're brand new or if you have 20,000 people in your contact list, create a newsletter and that thing should go out every single week. So congratulations to you guys. I love it. And Olivia, while I have you, you want to tell the ladies on the call about your special event that's coming up?
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Elias. Absolutely. For anybody really, right? I mean, this is a mompreneur driven panel, but any woman, any man, anybody who really just needs to hear from 6 badass people in all different businesses. This is not just real estate driven. This is every different type of business you can think of. It's going to be Foster City, May 9th, 10 a.m. And at 9:30, there is a special free mat Pilates class that this badass mom here in the area is offering for free for anybody who shows up. So 9:30 to 10, it's going to be outside overlooking the Foster City Lagoon. We're going to have champagne toast. We're going to have a networking hour. And Patty Goodspeed, for all of you Patty Goodspeed lovers like I am, she's going to be on our panel. This is a panel that is going to be different than anything you've been to. This is a panel that people are going to have tears in their eyes, okay? Because we're going to be talking about the real shit. The real shit, the things that keep you up at night being an entrepreneur, the things that I wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning wondering about. Am I being a good enough mom? Am I giving my kids enough? Am I being a good enough team leader? Am I a good enough business owner? Am I a good enough real estate agent 10 years into this, right? All of those things. And I can tell you right now, whether you're in real estate, lending world, a chiropractor, a Pilates teacher, every single good entrepreneur has the same challenges, the same demons up here. We're going to talk about it. We're going to cry about it. We're going to network. And if you bring 20 business cards, I promise you, you will get 20 in return before you leave, because I have some really badass networking one-to-one things happening. So come May 9th, Foster City, DM me if you need tickets. They are 50% off until April 1st. So you should get them soon.
And Olivia, do you have an Eventbrite?
Yes. It's
Melissa,
all over social media.
Okay,
but
Melissa,
yeah.
can you drop the Eventbrite down below? Do you have a second to do that, Melissa? Okay, Melissa, if you can, because I know you're driving, Olivia, or you're in the car.
Thank you.
Melissa, if you can drop that link down below. I think I might want to attend this just because I love the energy behind it and I love the message. So love it, Olivia. Love the message and I appreciate your contributions at the highest level. Thank you.
Thank you, Elias. You're amazing. Have a great weekend, everybody.
We will. Thank you. Otis White, let's hear from you, my man. Action. And then we're going to start going around the room. I want to hear from people and their takeaways. So Otis White, let's hear from you.
All right. So I have a background in promotion and marketing. So I had reached out to the San Francisco Giants organization, and it was a long shot, and they actually hit me back. So I was talking to them about, branding myself as a solo agent. And then I also talked about, fast real estate. So they brought over a bunch of packages, and they invited me to come to the stadium to do a tour and everything like that. And then when I talked to the VP of relations, he was saying that they used to have a spot for real estate teams. They had Compass and a couple of them, and currently they don't. So I just wanted to open up that conversation, because one of my niches that I want to do, being a former athlete and in my former business interviewing athletes and stuff, I want to be able to hit that niche of, they got incoming rookies, they got journeymen that get contracts and end their careers in those cities. And, what do? They buy houses. So I'm trying to find my niche, and being a San Francisco native and a fucking Giants fan since the day I was born, like, this is such a beautiful opportunity to come in. And not only that, being able to use the facilities for future clients, some top end clients, and being able to share that with the team and anybody that wanted to come in and stuff. Once I solidify that relationship, is something that I think that's going to take it to the next level, because seeing my face on a pop-up on a scoreboard, or doing something big, like maybe when they play the A's Battle of the Bay, like, hey, I'm a Giants fan for sure, but whether you're buying in San Francisco or Oakland, I'm your guy. So certain things like that, I'm just thankful for even being a possibility. And once I do kick that shit off, I think that's going to be game over, because I'm from San Francisco, and the time we live in right now, it's not necessarily what it is, it's what it looks like. So I'm just super excited for that to kick off pretty soon here.
Man, I absolutely love this. Here, you guys, I want to encourage you to do this. I want to encourage you to shoot your shot. And to give you an example of this really quick, you guys, and I'll pull this up, and then we're going to go full circle on this conversation. So everybody on the call obviously knows who Tony Robbins is, and it's really important that we are shooting our shots, and we're asking these people. So I'm trying to pull it up right now, but I can't find it, so it's all good. I'll just get back to you guys. Jarek Robbins, who runs success coaching for obviously Success Magazine is owned by EXP, but Success Coaching is its own entity. It's Tony Robbins' son's name's Jarek Robbins. He's actually going to be our our guest speaker for group coaching on April 5th. And so he doesn't know me. Obviously our team, our accolades, that doesn't really matter. What matters is I just reached out to him. I'm like, hey, dude, we do this thing. I would love to have you as a guest speaker. Your impact in the coaching community, I would love to have you. And so he agreed. So, and we don't have to pay him anything. Like, you just got to shoot your shots. If there's people out there, entrepreneurs, if there's people that are doing things that you maybe would aspire to do, like the Ann Fongs of the world, whoever it is, like, shoot your shots. See, hey, I would love to get you on a podcast. I'd love to get you in the office. I'd love to have a session with you. Whatever it is, love to have you speak. Shoot your shot, you guys. Shoot your shot. We threw the event yesterday. I didn't know Trisha Rossi personally, and I didn't know Kaylin Blazer. And man, I was so glad to have them there, because they delivered so much great information to the team. And now I have 2 relationships that I'm going to continue to build on. So shoot your shot, Otis. I love this. Let's do this, you guys. Let's kind of wrap up the session. Let's come full circle. I'm going to go around the room, get a few takeaways from people. Sydney B, we don't know each other yet. I'm Elias. How do we meet? How'd you find out about this event first and foremost? Let's go there.
Hi, my name is Sydney. I'm located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I know you because of Gilbert's event, and he sent me over the link for the meeting for today.
Did we get to meet in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Sorry, there were so many people that day. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a guest. I know Gilbert's in Mexico, Cozumel right now. So let me ask you key takeaways from your time together with us today.
I'm a struggling agent. I'll put it out there right now. I started the business when I was 18 years old. Fresh out of high school, didn't know what I was getting myself into. None of my family really knew how to help me out. They thought they were supporting me, but it was more of like, you need to do this, you need to do this. And it wasn't really helping me as much as being a successful realtor. So I grew into a mindset of, I'm a failure. And as of lately, I have introduced myself into reading again. I started reading Atomic Habits.
Good for you.
It has changed my life. I'm also a power lifter. I take a lot of my anger and any negative energy I have, and I put it into the gym. And I see myself being more happy, a lot more stable in my business. I'm trying to get more clients in. I have my own office. Yeah, I'm really praying that I get there. And I'm putting in that work. Like Colleen said, I'm going to put myself on the 90 days too. And I'm going to hold myself accountable.
God, I love this. And thank you for being here. And listen, we do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You're open. Tell your friends, tell your other fellow, people that you know in the industry out in Albuquerque to join us. These rooms are always open to the public. So Sydney, thank you for your contributions. Appreciate you. Maria, one of my co-hosts from yesterday, the energy, the excitement, the fire. Maria, key takeaways from our time together today. Let's hear from you.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I love when we have these downloads group-wise, because I feel like I was thinking about a quote that I had sent someone, and it's about to not retreat, but to reach out. And I think that a lot of times as individuals, we're solo entrepreneurs, like sometimes we can get into our heads, AKA me. And so I was kind of doing a download with these questions, and I appreciate so much when people are being vulnerable. And that's one of the things that I learned yesterday. That's like one of my big takeaways yesterday from our event was our whole thing is be us, right? Be you, but be fast. And I think it's really important that we all share the struggle, because what we see on the reels, REELS, is really not for real, REAL. And so this time that we have together, I love it. I love that people are transparent and they're talking about their struggles, and we can come together as a group and we could help each other out. So back to don't retreat, reach out, and continue to have these downloads every quarter. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you, Maria. And so, I appreciate the idea of downloading. You guys, you constantly have to be in self-evolution, self-analyzation, should I say. This is a game to where you're constantly looking at yourself, and then you have to remain humble to say, okay, this is not working. As hard-headed, as stubborn as you are, this is not working. So getting introspective and being real and being truthful with yourself, it will pay dividends in the future. So really appreciate you contributing. Joelle, and I think you had a hand up before, so I'm going to go back over to you. Contributions and key takeaways from our session today as we come to the tail end of this.
Yeah, just like Maria said, just everybody being really real, opening up with the struggles and being able to be accountable and overcome it. And I'm joining the gym today, so I'm about to do that 90-day because I want to get strong. So I'm excited, guys.
I love it. And Joelle, when was the last time you had a gym membership?
Right before winter. I was doing really good right before winter, and then winter came and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get up at 5 anymore. I did that whole thing, and now I'm like, forget that. I'm like, I need to.
Oh, I love this. I love this. Well, you guys, I tell you what, I don't care if there's 10 people on this call. I don't care if there's 150 people on this call. I always know that there's going to be something of value. And that's why I wrote in our email earlier, you never know what's going to be said that's going to impact you. You don't know that your story might inspire others. You just don't know. That's why we show up and we get our asses in the room. And so I appreciate each of you for getting your asses in the room, being here, participating, raising your hand, and being fully engaged in this conversation. So unpack this, you guys. And if you haven't got your answers, write those questions or write those answers down. And I think that those are really good video topics too. Hey guys, I want to ask you 3 questions that were asked for me today. Share with me your answers, DM me your answers. Would love to have a high level conversation about this. So you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend. Go out there. I think the sun is going to be out. I think it's to get some sun on your face. Be out there, go knock on doors, do your open houses, have some fun. And if you need anything, I am a phone call away. So thank you guys for being here. And as always, keep it moving toward your dreams, goals, and vision. Peace.